Okay, now we've done that, the next thing we want to do is to have asteroids coming from the top of the screen down towards our spaceship. And it's going to shoot the asteroids and they're going to explode and so on. So let's have a look at where we can find an asteroid. Okay, so in this folder in the Game On resources, you've got an asteroid. By the way, these are just a data pack that used to be with the 8.1 game maker. So anyway, we're going to choose the asteroid, which again is a GIF file. You say yes, and here you can find there's a number of asteroids in the animation, or number of shapes. The issue here is that we need to get rid of this white background, otherwise it's going to be in a block white background, which looks pretty crummy. So we edit image, again our magic wand tool, and click on the white area and delete. Okay, we've done that, and we'll just call this asteroid SPR asteroid. That's better. Okay, so there we have that. That's good. Next thing, of course, is we need to make the object associated with the asteroid. So here we've got our asteroid object. We've used the asteroid sprite to get the shape, and we need to have it solid. Good. Alright, so what do we need to do now to get the asteroids rolling down from the screen? What we need to do is put an event, and the event will be create, because that's at the start. So what are we doing? We want them to move down the screen at a certain rate. So we need to go to movement, which is here. We set a direction. And actually no, we'll set a fixed direction rather. We do it that way. We also need to set a speed, and we're going to set speed of 2. We don't want them going too fast. That should then get our asteroids there. So let's have a look. Get rid of asteroid. Go to our room. We're going to drag some asteroids across. 5. Let's do 5 asteroids. Okay, let's see what happens when we run this. Okay, so here's our 5 asteroids going down to the bottom of the screen. That's all they'll do at the moment. Now what we want to do is when they're finished, if they don't get shot, we want them to start again at the top of the screen at somewhere across the top. We want their starting point to be somewhat random. Now the width of this room is a certain value, but fortunately Game Maker has a variable called room width, and what that does is that tells you the number of the actual width of the room, so you don't have to remember the number, you just remember the variable. So let's have a look at this. Okay, we've got our asteroids coming down here. What we want to do now is to be able to get them to restart once they get to the bottom of the room. The next thing we have to do is that we've got our 5 asteroids running down the screen, is to repeat them at the top, as we said, in a random spot. So we use the step event to do that, and that checks about 15 times a second to see if something needs to be done. So the first thing we need to do is to work out, in this case, whether our asteroids have gone past the screen. And the way we do that is we get our instance variable, and it'll be, because it's vertical, it'll be the y coordinate, and we want to put that into a variable, and we're just going to call that y pos, short for y position, and it's going to be a temporary one because it doesn't last very long. Then we need to get a test if variable. Well, what's our variable? Our variable is underscore y pos. That will have the y position of it. And if it is greater than, now the room is 768, high, there we go. So if it's greater than 768, the first thing we want to do then is to destroy the instance, because it's gone past the end of the room. Destroy the instance. Now, it's important to note here that this is an if statement. Now, I'm going to put this back. If you have this set up as this, it will skip the if statement and destroy the instances each time, which means you'll never see one on the screen because it just destroys it constantly. But if you want to be part of this if statement, you need to drag it. See where this empty is here? And you get that blue on the side and drop it. You'll get this green connecting line. So what we've done now is we've destroyed the instance of the asteroid. The next thing we need to do is to check how many asteroids on the screen. Because if we start making asteroids after asteroids, it's going to have thousands and thousands and thousands of asteroids at the top of the screen. So how do we do that? Well, we have to get an instance variable, and in this case we need to get the what's called the instance count. So we get our instance count, and that's going to be after this one. What instance we're looking for? We're looking for the asteroid. What variable we're going to put it into? Let's call it underscore number, or just do num, and it's going to be again a temporary variable because we don't want it very long. We get our if variable again. In this case it's going to be underscore num is our variable because that's what we've put this instant count into, and we want it to be less than 5, because if we don't do it less than 5, it's going to make more and more and more asteroids. Okay, we're running out of space here, so use our scroll key, and the next thing we do is if it's less than 5, we want it to create an instance, and we want to create an asteroid. We want to make it, now this is interesting, we want to make it at random, so type RAN, and you'll see a number of functions appear. We want random, this one. Now in the brackets it asks for a number. Well, we're not going to put a number, we're going to put a variable which is room width, ROO, and again a list of variables come down, we have a look, and finally we see room width. There we go. Do we want to do anything more than that? No, we don't. The next thing we want to do is get a speed. The direction is vertical, and the speed is 2. So what should happen there now is when our asteroid gets to the bottom of the screen, it gets destroyed and it starts again at the top. Let's see if it actually works. Okay, here's our asteroids coming down the screen. And here they are again coming down. Okay, so that's how we get our asteroids moving down the screen and then returning back to the top and coming down again.